Hey guys, what's up? It's Simon Creative Productions, and today I am doing my highly anticipated video on the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Yes, my customized Lego figures that I've been talking about for a while. And this film is coming out soon on the 25th of April, and I'm super hyped up for it, and I can't wait to watch it. But anyway, I'm just gonna tell you right up, I'm gonna make two parts to this video. So the first part of this video will consist of Gamora, Starlord, Drax, and Raccoon, which is this video now. And then the second video will consist of Nebula and Yondu and Peter Quill's dad. So, and maybe another figure. I'm not sure yet. Maybe Taserface. I'm not sure. But right now, I'm just gonna focus on four of these figures right here. And if you haven't seen, I have a new background, and which is awesome, guys. So I'm not gonna talk too much right now, and I'm just gonna get right to it. Okay, guys. So starting off with Starlord, and to be honest, he turned out better than I expected. I just thought he was gonna come out as a regular, normal Starlord like the first one. Well, I never made a first one, but I mean the Lego version of the first one. But I really wanted this figure to come out well because he is the leader of the Guardians of the Galaxy. So of course you would want him to come out well. So I just want to talk about a few things just before I get into the body and everything. This figure, I failed him twice. The first time I painted it all correctly, and then when I was trying to put the legs on and sculpt some stuff on him, the jacket just broke off, and I had to refix it, and some of it doesn't look exactly the best, but you know, it still turned out better than I expected it to. So I'll just look at the guns first. So for both guns, I did just paint the front of each one, so it looks like they're shooting out some kind of blue laser or something. I will try to focus close, so here. But anyway, so I'm just gonna move both of them out of the way and put them down here. So let's get on to the figure now. So I'm just gonna talk about the jacket first. You see these both shoulder pads. These were the most tedious and hardest thing to do about this figure. There was nothing else except for those two that I just got stuck on this minifigure and made it really hard. But this shoulder pad turned out fine, but this one didn't exactly turn out how I wanted it to, but it was still better than I expected, guys. So as you can see, all I did was just paint the outline red and then just draw the lines through it like how it is. And I know I didn't make the normal small jacket sized Starlord, but I did want to make a longer jacket one because it kind of looks like the first movie, which I did want to copy. So as you can see, yes, it is the shoulder pads on both sides, so they're basically the same. So on the front, all I did was just paint a few extra details like the buttons and the detail going up, and the stand is really weak. And the shirt, I should say, was not exactly the same as the picture that I was looking at, but I did try to get as many Japanese symbols on there as I can, and apparently it's some kind of Japanese sweets or something it's meant to mean. But all I did was use dark gray and painted the outline of each Japanese symbol and then just paint the middle white. So this blue thing, you're wondering what it is, it's actually meant to represent like a stereo or something he puts on the right side of his suit. So I just replicated that onto the suit, and then the legs, that it's not really much. I just tried to open the jacket up so you can see that each side just has like stripes going up and down, and you know, just normal legs, no big deal. And then boots with 3 dots that I used a toothpick to do it. So like a normal toothpick like this to do it. So I'll go to the helmet, actually. I'll go to the helmet. So, of course, this is a normal Starlord head. I didn't use any. I didn't paint my own. I just used the Lego version. So this was actually, I took this from the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie that I got. And, it's not, like, as good as the, like, I just had to paint my own detail into it, and I think it turned out fine. And at the back, on the side, looks pretty good, and just the outlining at the back. So a bit of gold, continuing a bit of the silver to the side. And I think this turned out great. I thought it wasn't going to turn out as good as I was, but, you know, I was wrong. It turned out pretty good. So, put this back on his head, and going to the back, this is all I did for the back. It was just a few lines. I'm not sure this is correct, but if you're wondering why the jacket looks like it's going up to the side, it was actually because the jacket was a bit messed up to the right. That's why I told you this figure failed a few times and I had to redo it. And this is the closest I could get because this shoulder pad stuffed up. And there's not much else to talk about except the side printing. Yeah, full 360. And yeah, guys, so I think this is the end of this figure because there's nothing else to talk about. So move on. Okay, guys, moving on to Gamora, definitely one of my favorite figures, and I put a lot of work into her, definitely more than Starlord, I should say. Starlord was definitely not as hard as her. She was hard to do mainly because first of all, her sword had a lot of details to paint on there. And then her jacket was pretty tedious because you see Starlord's here, it's just full on blank down. Hers is like halfway, so you had to cut it halfway, which made it a bit hard. And her hairpiece, yeah, it just wrecked my first jacket, so I had to make a second one to cover it. So, as you can see, the green is not as light as what I wanted it to be, because this is the lightest I could go, but it was good enough. I had to recolor it twice to make it look closer. So, anyway, I'm just gonna go through a few things. So as you can see, the sword, I'm not gonna take it off, but the sword has quite a lot of detail on it, where the starting is like 2 spots like that, and then it just gets the pattern all the way down. And I know it's not exactly her sword, but if you're wondering how I got this sword, it was actually just a knight's old sword, like a normal knight's kingdom, whatever you call it now, castle sword. And then I just cut the edges to make it sharp, and then I cut one side fully, as you can see, and then I left a bit out for this side, so it looks like it's hanging out a bit. And it turned out pretty good, better than I expected, guys. So, as you can see in the middle, I don't knock down the stand, but as you can see in the middle, you can see a strap running through her whole body. It's because, that's, I think, what, like, holds something on her back, but I'm not sure what it is. Yeah, so, like a huge strap. I know not a lot of customizers aren't doing that, but I am. So, if I flip up the jacket, there's not a lot of detail to go under, but I tried to copy as much as I could underneath, as you can see there. And then the dots, I also used the toothpick as usual. And then, though, as you can see, if you're wondering what that white line is, it's actually a detail underneath all the patterns and everything. And then if you're wondering why it stopped at the end, it was actually because of this band. If you can see it properly, I'll just try to focus in. So I'll just go close. Yeah, so anyway, I'll just move on. The legs was really simplistic, not that hard to do, easy, normal, yeah. So, and then of course the silver lining going through the back, and then extra detail continuing from the back of the boots to the that side. So anyway, the back is just a normal back, and you know, I didn't really get much glimpses of the back, so I tried to make up as much as I could. So anyway, the side is just a normal side. As you can see, it's like how 2 stripes just go through as it is, and I tried to make it was quite hard to do that because, you know, I didn't know what to do at first, but in the end I found what to do. So I saw a few customizers, and then, you know, they just showed me a bit, so I copied off them kind of. So it turned out fine, and I just went online and looked at some pictures of Pops and stuff, so got that right. And then her hands is just, you know, green, and then she wears like a red wristband or something. So yeah, Anyway, guys, and also for her hair, if you're wondering how I got the red, it's actually water paint that I painted around the hair, and it worked out great, better than I expected. So anyway, guys, I know throughout this thing I mumbled a bit, but on to the next figure. Okay, guys, before I start on this figure, I actually forgot to change the backgrounds for each figure, but I did change it for Rocket Raccoon, guys. So the little CGI Rocket Raccoon, as everyone likes, as Bradley Cooper. So anyway, guys, this figure was really fun to make. Actually, he wasn't that hard to make either. Like, first of all, the most tedious part about this one, I had to repaint every single gray spot on him to make it brown, light brown. So I think I did a great job of that first time as a customizer. And I just want to show the gun. I know some of you like, oh crap, that looks like Han Solo's gun. Yeah, actually kind of does, but he kind of has a gun like that. I know he has like one with like a 3-barrel shooter, and then he has like another one like this. So you know, I didn't know how to make 3-barrel shooter, so I just made this for him as his weapon. So I'll just push the hands down, and as you can see the middle, you can see the 2 strap bands that I just painted on with a bit of silver detail on them, and then the line in through the middle is representing the zip. And as some of you might be saying, like, oh crap, this is the old Rocket Raccoon mold. Yeah, it actually is. I don't have the new mold yet because I didn't get that set, but I have to make do with what I got, right? So all I did was repaint the face, as you can see, and his nose kind of faded away from the past years, so I repainted that. And then as you can see, the top part is the ears are a bit different because actually it kind of faded as well, and the brown kind of took over, so I repainted the white to make it look more back to its white ear again. So the legs are not that hard to explain. Actually, they're just normal stripes, details that I tried to fit in, and then the side of the legs have a silver lining through to give it a bit more detail because I didn't want to leave it bare. And I kind of made the skin a bit darker by like putting some, you know, like what I did to my Logan figure, if some of you don't know, which is right here to the skin. I just, you know, put a bit of this black dust all over it, and then just went a bit darker. And I don't know if any of you can really see it though. So just turning it around. This back part, I did not get many pictures of this, but I knew he had some kind of blue dot in the middle, like how he did in the old movies, so I just copied that. And the tail I repainted, and as you can see this huge difference between in the belt right there. It's because oh crap. But you can see in the tail that there was a huge gap in the middle. So it's actually because of the tail. It was smaller than I expected, so it didn't fit on properly. And I tried to cover as much as I could through paint, but it didn't work that well. So anyway, the tail turned out perfectly fine as well. I painted it all brown, and it turned out great. And then I just added a bit of extra detail to the blue padding, as you can see. And that's it for Rocket Raccoon, I guess, because there's nothing else to talk about. So anyway, guys, on to Drax, the last figure of the day. Okay, guys, to the last figure of the day, Drax the Destroyer. And as you can see, the background is actually him, the Destroyer, screaming out that he doesn't like the spaceship. So anyway, I think this is the part when he crashed, by the way. No spoilers, because it was in the trailer. Anyway, I fixed up my stand, so don't expect it to fall down. So anyway, this figure turned out better than I expected as well, because I worked on him last, and it only took me about 5 days to work on him just for the legs and a bit of the fixing up of the face. So of course, I'm not a good customizer to do the whole of his back printing, but when I bought this figure, there was a bit of a misprint over there, which made me pretty mad. But I used the old Drax okay, even though I have the new one, but he shows a different expression I didn't want him to show. So this expression actually has the kind of a smug face, because he kind of smiles a lot in the trailer, so I just assumed that. But I'm not going to talk much about the torso or the head. I'm just going to get right into the legs. So the belt was the best part about this figure, because it turned out better than I expected with the dots, which I used the toothpick again. Toothpicks are essential in this matter. So the legs, I just copied off like some Hot Toys images, and I'll focus in better, and it turned out pretty good. And I just followed the lining to the side on both sides, and it has this belt buckle continuing on to the strap from his boots. So his boots are all the same, as you can see, because all three figures, Starlord, Gamora, and Drax, all have the same boot lining, which is right here. Actually, I'll just take Starlord for example. The bottom boot lining right there at the bottom. I forgot to show these, but they all have the same lining, which I did kind of like on my minifigures, because it makes it have a better touch to it, I should say. So this turned out great, and there's not much to talk about the legs, and then maybe a few details at the bottom, and yeah, so not much. And then of course just silver daggers, and these daggers are a bit different from the normal ones, because I actually got this from a different place, and I thought these fit Drax better than all those normal ones that aren't even sharp. These ones are a bit sharp. I forgot where I got these from, but doesn't matter. I just added it to him, which made it better. So anyway, I think this is the end, guys. So on to the end credit scene. So anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and for all those of you who stuck to the end, thank you guys so much. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button, and if you liked it, subscribe for more of this, and also comment below what you think, and also comment below what you think I should do in the future. And look, make sure you keep in touch with my channel for new figures to come, and also new figures to come. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I know some of you don't really like how I review stuff, but I will improve. So there's always room for improvement. And for those of you who keep subscribing and stay with me, so thank you guys so much. And of course, I made a new special poster for this end credit scene. So thank you guys so much. I'm excited to watch this movie. And hope you guys are too. So thank you guys so much. See you guys later. Bye.